to be honest with you.
OK, well, let's take a check on the two teams, and we'll start with Galway. The Connacht champions unchanged after their replay final victory over Roscommon. Their goalkeeper, Bernard Power, there he is. He's kept 2 clean sheets in his debut season in goal for Galway. He's not even first choice for his club, Corofin. He's been helped by that reshaped full back line. It's anchored by Declan Kine, who played a handful of minutes in the championship last year, but has played like a seasoned veteran in 2016. With so many young players in the team, experience crucial. That comes here in 2 places in the half-back line. Gareth Bradshaw's enjoyed an outstanding campaign, and their midfield has been superb. Paul Conroy, perhaps playing the best football of his Galway career. He's thrived as one of their main leaders on the field. The defensive structure, very sound, but as you've heard, they have big threats up front. Damien Comer, one player who can carve open any defence. He's done that regularly this year, and the full forward line also full of scores. This game will bring back special memories for Shane Walsh, who scored that incredible point which made him a sensation all over the country against Tipperary in their qualifier win over the Munster men 2 years ago. Now Tip, Liam Kearns has also kept with a winning formula following their victory over Derry. It's Evan Comerford's second year in the starting 15. Their defence has been a little open at times, but he's been in really good form. His kickouts came in for special praise from his manager and his teammates in Cavan last weekend. The full back line features Ireland international rules player Kieran MacDonald. He featured in those back-to-back test series against the Australians, and a raft of their 2015 Munster under-21 winners were brought in to the side by Liam Kearns. A former All-Ireland minor winning captain, Bill Maher, has made a big impact this year from right half-back. An all-new midfield from last year, Peter Atchison earning rave reviews for his displays. Josh Keane in the half-forward line has had a busy week. He lined out for the 21 hurlers in the Munster final 4 days ago. That was won by Waterford, and there's big scoring potential in this full forward line. Michael Quinlivan back to his very best form, having been ill the night before the Munster final defeat to Kerry. They are the two teams back. Galway goalkeeper Bernard Power, and that's where it's aimed as they try again to go high and test out that Galway full back line. Quinlivan, George Hannigan, Kevin O'Halloran, and that's too strong from Kevin O'Halloran, and that's...
For a moment, remember Feehan's goal in the first minute of the Munster final. That time, though, hesitated for a moment, and the opportunity to block.
Gary Sice letting the ball move in quickly. Here's Danny Cummins looking for the first point in his quarter-final, and he's got it, Danny Cummins. Well, that was as direct as you're going to see. Beautiful pass from Gary Sice, and the finish exquisite from Danny Cummins.
Yeah, that contrasted totally on what we...
Kept it low, and they're starting to get into their stride, Galway. Quinlivan trying to get free. It's come back out to Kevin O'Halloran, and now Brian Fox. Shot on the way. They were patient, and they were very precise. And Brian Fox with Tipperary's first score of the game in the 10th minute.
Yeah, and that should prompt a growth in character and a growth in belief at Tipperary. You know, first score, excellent bit of interpassing, very confident finish.
Gary O'Donnell, the Galway captain. Extremely hard. Gareth Bradshaw. Here's Tom Flynn getting away from the cover, and Galway getting into top gear again, and it's helped over the bar by Eamon Brannigan.
Yeah, that's a standing move in that time for Brannigan. Just watch here, Flynn going through, lovely vision. Brannigan taking the ball at a lovely angle.
Gareth Bradshaw in the right place at the right time from a Galway perspective. Poor clearance out though. Jimmy Feehan, Bill Maher onto it at considerable pace. George Hannigan. And Hannigan has hit the upright. Quinlivan trying to get on the end of it for Tipperary, and goalkeeper Bernard Power out very quickly to close him down. Danny Cummins with sweeper Fox there. Danny Cummins! Okay, they take the point, but he wanted a goal. Just have a look at this.
Yeah, Cummins is surprised that time that he didn't.
Shifts it on now. Here's Robbie Kiley, and Kiley ran straight into Owen Kerr, and a save, and it's back in the back of the net by Michael Quinlivan. The Tipperary full forward reacted quickest, and the sides are level.
But there's no doubt about it, Dara. Every game is full of possibilities. This time Kiley gets forward, gets the ball away. Hannigan was it, or Atchison actually, who had the cut at it. But just a follow-up from Quinlivan, got the ball into the net. That's a wonderful response.
Michael Quinlivan of Clonmel Commercials puts them in front. Tipperary, Kevin O'Halloran, Philip Boston in for Michael Quinlivan, the Tipperary goal scorer. He's made space again, and this watertight, it's gone over the bar. Normally watertight Galway defence and Galway full back line is in a spot of bother. 1-3 to 4.
Yeah, but there's delightful vision that time on the part, you know, when the ball came in. Great movement, it must be said, by was it Quinlivan that time, and hit the post, not for the first time today, before the ball went over the bar.
Quinlivan now scored 1-2. Gary Sice fires that one in, and the Tipperary full back line were marked absent on that occasion. They could be in for a goal. Galway, no. Gary O'Donnell just couldn't pull the trigger. Well, he did pull the trigger.
His feet got wrapped up.
Yeah. Good contact. Oh, beautiful technique. Sails over the bar, and that lead is extended.
Yeah, he's such a confident place kicker. That time just delightfully stroked the ball over the bar. No great effort whatsoever. Put his foot through it. Excellent score.
What's on here for Tipperary? Still very early days, but their attack doing its stuff. And Galway blunted a little, and that defence has been breached already by Michael Quinlivan, but they've turned the ball over. Eamon Brannigan working hard for his team.
Yeah, that's a great rob by Eamon Brannigan that time, must be said. Again, it's the first time we've seen him involved in the game, out there around the middle of the field. That, I think, is his role with Galway, turn coming from their team. That
was another brilliant kick out from Evan Comerford. Peter Atchison sends it across to his midfield buddy George Hannigan. Will Tipperary get a score out of this? Michael Quinlivan, there's a free man, it's Kevin O'Halloran! Oh! Could so easily have been a goal. But they're claiming the Galway defence. Owen Kerrin is screaming at the umpire, saying it was wide.
No, I think it was over the bar from this angle here, but O'Halloran, I think, the damage to himself coming forward that time. But they will be wondering again how in God's name it's been so easy to get through the middle of the defence in particular. I just think in some respects maybe Gary O'Donnell is dropping back that little bit too far in towards his full back line, and as a consequence it's easy to get it through the centre half back position.
And look, another Bernard Power kick out goes astray. Here's Jimmy Fiat for Tipperary, and slotted over the bar beautifully. Well, they are on fire at the moment. Conor Sweeney brought incredible form into this game, but they're stretching out that lead. Quinlivan, and Quinlivan catches it ahead of Kine again. Quinlivan hassled, surrounded, managed to get the ball away, out to Conor Sweeney. Quinlivan has it again. George Hannigan in a brilliant position. He's screaming for the ball, and they haven't seen him. He was totally unmarked. Michael Quinlivan, will they get a score out of the attack? You know what? They will. They absolutely will. What is happening here with Galway? What's happening with Tipperary? 1-7 to 4 points. The Connacht champions in all sorts of difficulty, and Tipperary getting stronger and stronger and building a big lead.
Very much so, Darren. You're talking another quote about street footballers, guys who little knacky, moves. These two guys, Quinlivan and the man beside him, Sweeney, certainly have a lot of that. They have a delightful combination whenever the ball gets in quickly to them. And
they need a score or two just to send them in a different frame of mind. Here's David Wynn, and now it's Paul Conroy. Another one they need to steady them down, and that's exactly what he's done. And that is a big moment in the game for Paul Conroy, a big moment for Galway, and brings an end to that barren spell of time without scoring.
Yeah, great leadership shown by Conroy that time. Somewhat of a parting of the waters in the Tipperary defence. Conroy got through very impressively there, and a confident strike of the ball, but Galway needed that score badly.
Bringing an end to a run of 1-6 without reply for Tipperary.
And I think maybe about his 17 or 8 minutes hiatus.
And it's just moved into Quinlivan. He's out in front of Declan Kine again. Indeed, it's Conor Sweeney, and Sweeney is absolutely stunning. That is brilliant. What an incredible point from Conor Sweeney.
Oh, that's beautiful. Shows magnificently, wonderful balance, delightful poise, great accuracy, and just caresses the ball, and you know, is very, very attractive to watch.
Well, one of the comments that came back after their Munster final defeat was that maybe they were at times a little overawed by the whole thing. They haven't been here in the All-Ireland quarter-final, but they've defending to do now. Damien Comer for Galway! Goal! They're back in business, and that is just what Galway needed. Damien Comer with a screamer. 3 points between them. Tipperary were too open that time, and Galway have set it up for a cracking second half now.
Yeah, and George Hannigan was left in his wake as Paul Conroy went forward. But I said a moment or two ago to you, Darrell, that had Comer and Walsh got on the ball, or could get on the ball, Galway had the capacity to cause trouble. But that time, she's so determined going forward, and that is a very, very good finish. Great quality to that strike.
Well, I wonder how much it will change the tone of the half-time messages from Kevin Walsh and his selectors when they get them in about 40 seconds' time. Brian Fox.
Well, that certainly will be a huge injection of confidence for the team, because up to now they've been struggling a little bit with themselves. They've been finding it hard to get the ball through to their main players, but that time...
Probably, Mike, a very enjoyable contest, I have to say. But Tipperary, I think, at half-time, as much as they will be happy to be ahead by 3 points, they'll reflect on it and say, we totally dominated midfield for the first half. That allowed their half-backs, like Kiley, Marr, to get forward. Atchison was brilliant. They created over 20 scoring chances. They weren't clinical enough. They dropped a few shots short, hit the post. And they were dominant right throughout it. Galway were living off scraps. And when Galway came forward, they looked dangerous with the diagonal ball. They created a couple of opportunities in the first 15-20 minutes, but then went totally out of it. But it comes down to the old-fashioned midfield battle. If you're controlling midfield, it allows your half-backs to get forward and attack at pace. So Galway have got a lifeline. That goal just before the end has brought them right back into it. So we've a great second half.
The other big mismatch, and I was saying at the start that Tipperary should use the big men inside Quinlivan and Sweeney, because they're huge big men. They're also very good footballers, and they have really exposed the Galway full back line. So you wouldn't have expected that Paul Conroy and Tom Flynn would be dominated in the middle of the field. They have done so, and Tipperary have been very smart in the way they've played.
Well, Michael Quinlivan has certainly had a good first half, there's no question about that. And of course, he's the man that got the goal.
Yeah, and this was Tipperary coming straight down the middle, and then Galway, for the first 15 minutes, looked as if this drift defence that they have been using worked well. Here you have a man burst through, a bit of physique. George Hannigan pokes it in, and Quinlivan is in the right place now. I suppose there might be a bit of debate whether Quinlivan was standing in the inside box at the time, and he probably was, but first to react and flicking a goal.
Can't be when it comes off the keeper. Can't be square ball when it comes off.
But he was in before the ball was even kicked.
Yeah, I mean, the point about Tip is that they're playing with adventure. They're driving at the blanket defence at pace and in numbers. They're not afraid of it. They're pushing up on the kickouts. That immediately, when you push up on the kickouts and you force the keeper, he can't kick short, he's got to kick long.
Well, the kickouts have been, this has been the most fascinating aspect of the game, because everybody expected, I think, Galway, although we know Tip have big fellas there, but I think they thought Galway would dominate this, and you've seen a smarter Tipperary.
Galway have come out of 2 games against Roscommon where they were able to kick out the ball all day long to their cornerback. Now the keeper's looking, he's in a quandary, he's having to kick it long. Tip showing courage as usual. They're winning the kickouts. They've won 8 out of 15 of Galway's kickouts. In fact, at one stage they won 4 in a row, coinciding with a period of dominance. And again, it is part of, you can do two things. You can push up, but you can still drop back, which they're doing. Galway's 2 inside forwards are highly isolated, because Galway are sitting in that blanket defensive formation, and they're playing in 2 formulaic away. The other thing that Tipper are prepared to do is they're prepared to kick the ball long. They're also prepared to attack through. So, you know, they've got a lot of weapons at their disposal, Michael. But I think the most enjoyable thing about Tipperary has just been their composure and their ability. They've played very good football.
On that, just they're able to push up. But Brian Fox is having a very effective game here as a sweeper as well, and he's kind of pushing into the middle of the park for the kickouts, and then he's dropping back, and he's cut off a couple of Galway attacks. I mean, the diagonal ball was causing a bit of trouble, but he's doing a very effective job in sweeping.
Their own 8 kickouts, they've won every one of them. So they've dominated on the set
because they're kicking out free to the cornerback.
They're smart. He's picking out Josh Keane out here, right forward.
But the thing about it is, the one clean catch that Galway get in the half, it ends up in the net.
But that's the risk we're pushing up. That's the risk we're pushing up. So once they do get a run on you, this is the one clean catch, and now they're man to man and they're through. And I mean, in fairness, Galway are very dangerous.
It's great, but I think great credit to Comer here. He's only one thing on his mind. The Tipperary full-back, Alan Campbell, comes across. He could have gone down there easily. Yeah. He'd have got a free in. He's a bull of a man. He wanted a goal. Like, when you want somebody to score a goal in a game, you can have brilliant goals all day long, but a great goal is one when a team needs it most. Yeah. Like Darren O'Sullivan had a great goal in the first game, but Kerry didn't really need it. Galway were dead and buried only for that goal. And there is goals in that Galway forward. Well,
that's a very clever kick out that time, actually, Dara. Very good moving of the Galway backline out to the side, leaving the place clear for Conway.
And look at this, they're in all sorts of bother. Conor Sweeney puts it through to Quinlivan. Goal chance for Tipperary. Hit it straight at him. Really good save by Bernard Power. But Michael Quinlivan will get other chances, but will they be as good as this? That should have been buried into the back of the net. Bill Maher. Quinlivan telling them where he wants it. Has come through to Conor Sweeney. Goal! They've got their early second half goal. Michael Quinlivan was the decoy that time, and Conor Sweeney just slid this into the back of the net. 2-9 to 1-6.
2-9 to 1-6, and what a reward for being free-spirited. They're an organised team with such a free-spirited team going forward. Sweeney that time just held his nerve, delightfully finished it, side-footed into the corner of the net. But that's a reward for adventurous play, for play without fear.
And look at that, another Cluxton-esque kick out from Evan Comerford, finding Michael Quinlivan, who came out to midfield to win the ball for his team, and Galway could be cut open again. Oh, just wide from Philip Austin.
Oh, that was so simple, so simple. Wonderful bit of fielding outfield from Michael Quinlivan. Owen Kern got across to him and executed a tackle that just put him off balance.
Tipperary creating chance after chance. They've wasted the last two, but still lead by 2-10 to 1-7.
Oh, if they just can keep composed at the moment, Dara, they have the capacity to put Galway away.
Kevin O'Halloran from a really big distance out, and O'Halloran has slotted that over. This is stunning football from Tipperary, playing totally without fear and carving Galway open time after time. They should be further in front. Brian Fox of Tip.
Yeah, but they're getting through here so easy through the middle area of the Galway backline repeatedly, and they're getting men running off the ball in behind the Galway defence that Galway really haven't cuffed onto.
Now that's fired in towards Sweeney. Goal! Conor Sweeney! This is incredible! Galway taken apart in the air again, and Conor Sweeney has got in for his second goal of the second half. Well, and this could be one of those days for Tipperary.
I think so. When you think about it, Dara Feehan, a delightfully floated ball. Two Galway defenders in watching it. It's all Tipperary at the moment.
Colm O'Shaughnessy. Robbie Kiley. Oh, it is remarkable that you're watching a Division 3 team playing some brilliant football. Robbie Kiley. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. That is one of the best points you're going to see. Stunning from Robbie Kiley. Wouldn't you just love to do this in Croke Park every day?
That is sweet. The Tipperary defence are very, very strong in the tackle, getting numbers back, and just kick-outs like that are giving the possession and allowing them to attack at will.
And it's laser accurate from Evan Comerford. Of course, he's got the runners as well, but here they come, and Galway, look at them all over the place again. This is Alan Campbell, the fullback, Peter Atchison! Oh, it's gone over for a point. They got something out of the attack, but Atchison, I'm sure, could visualise this nestling in the bottom of the net.
But again and again, we have said the runs through the middle that Tipperary have done repeatedly during the game have betrayed serious shortcomings in the Galway approach and in the Galway defence.
That's gone over from Danny Cummins. It's Galway's first point from play in the second half.
Yeah, and we just have less than 10 minutes to go. That in itself is a damning statistic. That's a beautiful score from Cummins, in fairness, from a difficult angle.
And there it is, and Tipperary have made history. That's perhaps the understatement of the year. They're in the All-Ireland Senior Football semi-final for the first time since 1935. A day that will live long in the memory for everybody from Tipperary. The full-time score Tipperary, 3 goals and 13 points. Galway, 1 goal and 10.
I thought the first half that we should have been out of sight, and we were only 3 points up, and I said to them in the dressing room at half time, look lads, we've played a great 35 minutes, we've created the chances, we haven't taken them, we've got to go out and do the same. And thanks be to God, you know, they started to take the chances at the start of the second half, and yeah, we played with abandon then after that, and I'm just delighted for the lads, they've been brilliant.
It's very hard for us to look and see exactly, but we certainly look very, very flat. Those are a very honest bunch that we have there all year, and you know, certainly maybe the last 3 games, which were very big games for them, and you know, maybe a lot of stuff being said outside, and some of that can seep in. And you know, but having said that, fair play to Tipperary. I mean, they were at it from the word go, and they're a powerful unit in their own line. So maybe we made it easy on them, but it's disappointing for us. But best of luck to Tipperary.
The further you progress, the quality obviously increases, and you know, we'll enjoy it for the time being, and I suppose we'll analyse whoever the victors are next weekend or the weekend after. I'm not sure what it is, but I suppose there's plenty of time to do the homework on them, and you know, we'll give it a rattle in 3 weeks' time.
Well, it was a special day in Croke Park, of course, for the footballers of Tipperary, and great scenes there after that match. And I'm sure it's still going on down in Clonmel and places like that. And, you know, Desi Dolan, if you make an All-Ireland semi-final for the first time in over 80 years, look, you are entitled to celebrate tonight, I think. Absolutely.
An incredible achievement from Tipperary, from their manager. Liam Kearns deserves a huge amount of credit. The players that they have are excellent. And the underage success and that kind of stuff, it's all right talking about it, but Tipperary have delivered today, and it was a convincing win. They won this game playing really well. I think even in the first half, you'd say at times you'd be worried that they were missing opportunities, but throughout the game they just dominated the match, and it was a bit of a systems failure for Galway. They didn't play anything like they're capable, and I'd say Kevin Walsh is extremely disappointed tonight.
Of course, Tipperary have been playing third fiddle in Munster, Tomas, from so long to your own county and to Cork indeed for much of it as well. But I suppose if you plug at something for long enough, things will come right for you.
Definitely, Michael. I think they've had their success at underage level. Everybody's known about that. There have been people talking about the hurlers, the fact that they haven't had it. Liam Kearns and the current group he has, they don't give a damn about what hurlers they don't have. They have got a great attitude. If you look at them today, defensively, midfield, forwards, I think every single one of them threw the shoulder to the wheel today. Was a phenomenal display, I think. I suppose there will be questions now the fact that Galway have gone. Sure. How good were Galway? How good was the Connacht Championship? How good were Roscommon? It was a poor game the first day, you know.
Galway looked great at the races down during the week, I have to say.
Well, I suppose, look, the one thing I would say with Galway was the hunger they showed throughout. It was Tipperary that had that today.
Exactly.
You know, Galway didn't have it. That tenacity, that kind of raving mad lunacy, running after fellas, chasing fellas down, and the forwards, the way, look, that Tipperary forward unit today would cause most teams trouble the way they played today.
That indeed, Desi, was the key point in today's match, as Tomas put his finger on there. The fact that Tip came out with purpose and with that kind of attitude, as he said, you know, right from the get-go, what you expected from Galway, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomas is 100% right, and you can see it here. Here's Paul Connery picking up the ball from Bernard Power, and he's put under extreme pressure there, and that's what was happening throughout the day. And the ball comes across over to Michael Quinlivan, and this is a great opportunity. But like, this was what you've seen throughout. Long kick out again. Here's Michael Quinlivan going for the ball. He dominated the match. But like, look at the power, the pace, and like the Galway lads throughout today couldn't get to the level of the Tipperary players. And this is a great opportunity, and it just went narrowly wide by Philip Austin. And here we have it. This typified the game for me. Galway just didn't know what to do. Anytime they went to get the ball, there was a swarm of Tipperary players driving at them. And you see it, the move breaks down. But it's, look at this. This is near the end of the game. And look at that for determination, pace, fitness, power. All the things that you associate with the very, very top teams Tipperary had it today. Driving through. Bill Maher, half back, giving the ball in. And a nice finish by Conor Sweeney. But all of this was incredible football, and really Liam Kearns deserves a huge amount of credit. He's created an environment which the Tipperary players are expressing themselves, and that's what it's all about.
And the other thing about it also, Tomas, is they clearly targeted where they reckoned Galway were strong, where Galway had been playing well so far this season, around midfield. I mean, I think most people would have expected Galway to dominate midfield in this game. It didn't work out like that.
Conroy and Flynn have been going very well. Roscommon must be looking at this and saying, why didn't we push up on their kickouts? You know, Tipperary pushed on their kickouts, forced them to kick it out, but anything that was up for grabs, Quinlivan, Atchison, Hannigan, absolutely amazing. Atchison, for me, gave the performance of the year in terms of midfielders today. They created everything, and their half-back line, their wing-forward line, they were in for breaks, they were hungry, they were creating the opportunities. Galway were put on the back foot every single time. Here we have Atchison coming at it strong. And most of all, Michael, from every actual win that they got around the middle, if you look at the